Let's say that you're living in an apartment and firing up your sound system after midnight to watch a movie is not the best idea because of the neighbors, and maybe you just want to hear better even if you live in a house and you're not watching just by yourself, but you have a significant other, a friend who you want to watch it together and hear it together. So what do? You either use one of these simple yet slightly effective devices. You take one of these splitters, these are audio splitters, you plug one end to your sound source, to your laptop, and you plug the headphones to here and multiple headphones. You can use this one. This is 3.5mm outputs. But the problem with these is when you start plugging in multiple headphones to this, you start mishearing. So it becomes loose, it doesn't really make a strong connection. Oh, one of the headphones is not hearing the sound, or immediately you stop hearing conversations, but you hear another channel and you keep pushing this, just like an old TV. You start beating this. Oop. You start touching it, you start rubbing it, you start turning it, and it's really annoying. When watching a movie or something, especially if you're concentrated, it's really annoying to use this. Even if you get the quality ones, yeah, it doesn't really work perfectly. This is a cheap solution, $5 to $10 most of the times, but not the best solution. The better solution, which is also cheap but has more edge to it, is this. So this is a headphone amplifier. This one takes a single input and distributes it to 4 different outputs. Each output can control its own sound level. So if you want to hear less, your friend wants to hear more, it's adjustable. And the best part of it is this is just $18, $19. I mean, less than $20. And instead of spending $5 to $10, something like this, which is not the best solution, this is a much better solution at much less price also. Just under $20, you have an adapter, an electric adapter. You connect it to this one, you input and output the sounds. The only thing to be careful about these types of purchases is check out the input and output diameters. These are a 1/4 inch input and output. There are alternatives such as this one, which allows you to input both 1/4 and 3.5mm, which is important because most modern and not high-end top professional headphones use a 3.5-inch input or output, whatever. For example, this is a Sennheiser HD280 Pro. This is a cheap but moderate quality monitor headphones. It has its own cable, it's wired, and it's 3.5mm. In order to plug this to such a device, a headphone amplifier, you need an adapter, which is this. Unfortunately, when you use these adapters, what's going to happen most of the times is this will be your weak point. So you will connect this to the headphone amplifier, but after a while you will notice that you will start banging and turning this one because of connection issues. So what can you do? You either spend $90 and buy the other one, which is this one. By the way, this is a very simple device and I don't think you should be spending $90 for this. Or you spend $18 for this and be happy with these adapters. Or if you have these awesome headphones or things like these, this is Sony's XM4s. These have wired inputs as well. These are Bluetooth wireless headphones, but these has wired inputs. And the good thing is these work with 3.5mm. You wire it, you wear it, you can start watching with your Bluetooth, but now wired headphones. Have 2 of these, you will be the happiest. But my suggestion, if you do that, is getting a wire like this, getting a cable like this. This is 3.5 to 1/4 cable. So you don't need adapters like this one. This end goes to your headphones, this end goes to your amplifier, and problem solved. No adapters in between, no connection issues, and you will be the happiest. So for this purpose, I got 3 of these cables. One for the input device, for example, from my laptop to the amplifier, and one for each headphone, in this case, which is the XM4s. Let's unbox this and see how this looks like. Okay, here's our device, and let's open it up. So this one is for the US, 120 volts. By the way, there's a lot of fakes of these. Maybe they just come out of the same plant. These things happen and they just don't print the brand. I don't know. I got this from B&H at 18 something. It's a good option, definitely a good option. It supports 1/4 inch inputs and outputs, and you need a power adapter for this one, which is included right here. Let's open it up. An old school stapled. We got the adapter, and then we got the unit itself. So this is our unit, very lightweight, just a handful, so neat, I liked it. And the inputs and outputs, there's no on-off switch or anything like that. You have single input, 4 outputs, let's power it up. So this is the adapter. By the way, if the adapter breaks down, I think you can just purchase a replacement. So this is the output you will need. 12 volts, 0.15 amps, in total 1.8 watts. Old school, what are these called? There was a naming for this, it was a funny name. There we go. I don't like these type of electrical connections because after a while this is going to get loose. This was one of our biggest problems when we had home computers, the gaming sets back in the 90s, right? This was annoying, but yeah, this is it. It doesn't go fully in. This is it. So it's lighting up. You have different sound levels for each, and that's it. Use one of these for the input, one of these for your laptop, for instance, and 2 of these to be able to use in your headphones like the Sony XM4s, which have 3.5 connections. So one for here, and you're good to go. That's it. Thanks for watching.